Hi guys, hope you all have been doing fine. I really want to apologize because it's been a long time. I got really busy with a lot of things and I wasn't able to post videos for a long time. For a while, it's been like 3 months thereabouts. Okay, so when the year started, like every other year, people are thinking of what to do to make the year exceptional and all of that. One of the principal things that were in my mind was my fashion brand, the Virtue Designs fashion brand. I just really wanted to invest more time into it, and that's why you've not seen me on your screens for a very long time, but your girl is here. Yes. So on this episode, of course, I have apologized. Yeah, that was the first part of it. I wanted to talk about something different. This year started, and one of the things the Lord was laying in my heart is the subject matter of wisdom. Because it will take wisdom to stand out. It will take wisdom to be brave in life. Because in life, oh God, in life they really happen. Like sometimes in the be where you really just be in a position where it be terrible, and it will take wisdom to tackle such things, especially when you start leading like a group of people, even if it's just 2 people that are looking up to you. Sometimes somebody gets to you and says, oh, I need your help with this and that, and the kind of response that you give that person will tell the person whether or not you are worth following. I've been reading a lot of Daniel. Because my God, that guy is full of wisdom. So much. There are times I would look at some passages in the book of Daniel. I was like, how can one person be this good at his job? And one of his secrets was that he possessed a lot of wisdom, wit, insight. A guy began brain. Of course he did. A lot of insight. Yeah, and so I've been trusting God with this. I've been trusting God in this so that I handle things better than I used to be. Of course, as we mature in life, we need to trust God for wisdom. So I just really felt that, okay, since this is what God is leading me to do this season, or leading me to work on this season, I should pick up a book that is in that direction. So yeah, I don't know if you guys know Mike Murdock. When we hear that name, it strikes a chord. Wisdom, everything about him, like the books that he has written, wisdom. So I picked up the Wisdom Keys of Mike Murdock, and I thought it was like a book. Yeah, of course it was a book, but it wasn't like a complete book. It was coming out like in volumes, and then some of them were in that particular. I think he has a lot of wisdom stuff, but that particular one was coming out like in series. So I said to myself, since I'm busy, in order to keep the reading culture going, I should like take a volume for each month. So I took volume 1 for the first month, which was January. February I took another one. So I was mostly like meditating on these books, because reading parts, right, without really digesting will not do a lot of good, except if you just want to do that quickly and then come back. So yeah, I picked up that book and I read it. It was powerful. But then that's not what we're going to be doing on set today. I want us to look at some wisdom keys. It's not a book, it's just some phrases that carry a lot of weight and carry a lot of wisdom. So the first one here is never complain about what you permit. Never complain about what you permit. This is so powerful. The people you let into your life really influences your life and the outcome of your life. So if you've allowed someone in your life, I don't think you should complain about what you finally get. This goes both ways, right? Even though it's the negative that really strikes a chord for me, because I want to keep it really real. I think there are people that are in my life today. Honestly, I don't really know what they are still I don't really know what they are still doing in my life because I'm not seeing what they are really doing. And even if they are doing something, is it really worth it? Is it something that is helping me or not? Sometimes we take courses in school and then we are like, we're asking ourselves whether it's you who took the course. Not just because you're feeling in it, but it's not really bringing the best out of you. I tell some of my students I teach that, because some of them are like, okay, this is what I do. And I always ask the question, are you passionate about what you're doing? Do you love it? Because you will not be going to work. You'll not be waking up every morning at maybe 7. Some people 6. And then you go to work. And then you stay for as long as you are supposed to. And then you're not happy at work. So I ask them, what you're doing, do you really like? And some of them, honestly, I don't like what I'm doing. It pays the bills and all. Of course, it should pay the bill, but then you're going to be doing this for the rest of your life. Why shouldn't it be something that you love? So yeah, why never complain about what you permit? If choosing that job, okay, so you would have to go and live with the consequences. As we progress, I really want you to take time to digest these things. Sometimes we've one of the ills of our society is that we have a lot going on, right? There are so many books out there. There are so many people posting things out there, which is amazing, some good and bad, which is amazing for the good ones. But now, can we be intentional about saying, okay, I want to pick out something from what I am reading? Okay, because if you pick up a book which is, let's say, 100 pages, it is very difficult for you to, no matter how great the book is, to just be all over the place, right? There should be something that strikes a chord, and that you can say, okay, in hindsight, years after, that this is what I did, or this is a part of the book that changed my life. This is the wisdom I drew from here, that I noticed that after that, things never were the same. I think it could be maybe an experience, not necessarily a book. I think I shared in one of my videos of how there was a word that came, like it came to everyone, but it got me thinking. I took it personal. And I said, okay, what have I been doing all these years? I went back home. I said, okay, and when you take it personal, it comes with the help of God. By the way, the Holy Spirit says, okay, you've come to the place where you see the need for this, and then He gives you the strength. But if you just passively just read it, and then at the end of the day you say you read a book, okay, that's a good thing. But you should be more intentional, and that's why the name of our session, the name of this particular podcast is purposeful reading, not just reading, but reading purposefully. The next point that he writes is, the problem that infuriates you the most is the problem that God has assigned you to solve. People used to say something like, the people that you meet and you're angry with, like people that you never really like. I don't know if it's happened to you, but sometimes you just meet people and you don't really like them, especially the opposite sex. Some people's love story actually has like a touch of this to it. Like, I never really liked my husband. The first time I don't have a husband. I'm just saying it an example. Like, people would say, I never really liked my husband. The first time I saw him, I hated him, right? So yeah, but then how does that translate to love? But I think this example has a lot to do with this particular point, which says the problem that infuriates you the most is a problem that God has assigned you to solve. As we progress, I really just want you to think, digest, and think over this. What are you really angry about? What do you hate? For example, when I see kids sell on the road, it really annoys me. I know that it annoys every other person, but there's a dimension of annoyance of something that you really hate that is different from every other person. There was a time I was walking in the house, I was doing something, and then a child was selling on along the aisle of the city where I lived, and it was a Friday morning, for crying out loud. Whether it was a public holiday or not, I didn't even really think of that. All I knew was I was asking myself the question, what is this child doing at this time? Isn't this child supposed to be in school? And even if it's a public holiday, isn't this child supposed to be at home, maybe doing a house chore or eating or resting or something? Like, it really got to me. And I'm sure by the grace and the help of God that when it comes to like helping kids and helping some families that are probably really not, how do I put it, not so privileged, it really draws my attention. A lot of people do it, but then when you do it from the place of like, this thing annoys me, I don't want to see kids do this, I am burdened about it, God places a burden in your heart, usually that's where He's calling you. You could just watch out for it and then trust God to show you exactly how He wants you to handle this task. I am so glad to have talked to you today after a long time. Thank you for sticking around. I hope and I pray that these wisdom secrets really get into your spirit, and just help you to become a better person in life and be helpful to the society. So guys, we've come to the end of today's session. I'm keeping it really brief. The only reason it's been long is because I had an apology to make to you guys. So yeah, we're going to end there for today. I look forward to seeing you in our next session, which is coming up next week. Thank you so much. Bye.